How's it going, everyone? If you've kind of kept up through the preseason, you might have heard that Jayden Reed kind of injured himself during the preseason. Looked like that happened during practice right before the Packers family night and was seen in a walking boot, and it's kind of been in a walking boots for a while. More news has come out on that, and it looks like he has a Jones fracture as his foot injury. And usually that would kind of require surgery. As of right now, he is opting not to get surgery, and he plans on pretty much playing through the injury throughout this regular season. I'm not sure if that's the best idea, but I am not a medical professional, just some dude at home. So my opinion, which is really worth nothing, he probably should get surgery, but I don't know all the details. I'm not a physical therapist or anything like that. But like I said, he plans on playing throughout the injury. He did return to practice on Wednesday, which was yesterday, for the first time in weeks, but he's still not 100%. According to a Twitter physical therapist with who usually kind of like reports on this kind of stuff, Matthew Betts, he said or tweeted out a few thoughts on the Jayden Reed Jones fracture reports. 1, non-surgical approach equals non-displaced fracture, which can heal without surgery if there's adequate time to heal. What's considered adequate amount of time to heal, I'm not entirely sure. I can tell you if he got surgery, he'd be out for at least a few months, probably 2 to 3 months. 2, docs wouldn't let him play or practice if the break wasn't showing signs of healing on imaging. Fully believe that the Packers do tend to, take a while with injuries and slowly bring them aboard. So I do feel like the Packers are seeing some type of positive signs on the imaging. Hopefully, that's my guess. But usually, historically, the Packers tend to take the long approach. 3, question for me is, when did this fracture happen? If recent, high re-injury risk in season. Scary thought. Not sure if that also means if he got surgery and he waited at least 10 weeks, I believe it is. At least 10 weeks, so probably 3 months. If he would also have high injury risk. But the fact that there's a high re-injury risk in the season doesn't bode well for Jayden Reed. Then 4, what stresses the 5th metatarsal? Planning, cutting, twisting. The things wide receivers do every game. Worth noting, it sounds like Reed is still symptomatic. See tweet and comments. And the tweet that he has in his comments is from Ryan Wood, who tweeted this out yesterday. Jayden Reed says he started running routes a few days ago. Today being Wednesday, was his first practice back since being in a walking boot. Still can't run routes, pain-free. Feels it mostly when he plants foot and cuts. He says week 1 still uncertain, but significant step return to practice. The fact he still has pain when just trying to do some routes means he's nowhere near 100%. In my opinion, once again, doesn't really mean much, but just reading that and actually playing just when I play flag football, you can't really cut very well when your foot's in pain. But he plans on playing through it. Hopefully he gets better. I'm not really too optimistic on it. I kind of think he should get surgery. Once again, not a medical professional. But I feel like he should probably get surgery. Be out for the 2 to 3 months. Recover well and come back to the Packers on the tail end of the season. And hopefully we're in a good position to where we're going to make the playoffs and be nearly 100% healthy for the playoff run. Instead of fighting through this injury, probably re-injuring it, and then week 6, week 7, he goes out for the rest of the season because he re-aggravated the injury to an extent where it needs surgery. I just don't see how it's a good idea to kind of push through it, especially considering we're catching it right before the start of the season. But let me know what you think down in the comments. If you liked the video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and as always, go Pack Go.